That's good enough. Perfect. Leave it.
Oh, leave it?
Yep. It's good.
Okay.
Okay. So, if you're good, a lot of people don't know this, but you can always find what you're looking for. Let me tell you how this went for these guys. There are these 3 boys. Their names are Matthew, Lewis, and Joe. They're walking down the road, just out in the woods, down a trail, just running around like boys do. And all of a sudden, they see this old man, Mitch, and he's dragging a girl behind him. And they looked, and it's a dead girl, and they're like, oh my gosh, why is he carrying a dead girl? And then Matthew goes, that's my sister. And they go up to Mitch, and they say, what happened to my sister? Who killed her? And Mitch goes, shifty-eyed, you know. He goes, Death did. Death killed her. And they're like, yeah, where is this Death? We're going to go find him. And he's like, Death's down there in the middle of the forest. And so the boys go running off. And they start doing the same thing, wandering around, looking for Death. Oh, we're going to get Death. We're going to get them. He got my sister. So off they go. Pretty soon, right in the middle of the forest, they wander around this one corner in the trail. And under this huge tree, 3 huge piles of bags of gold. And they are so excited. They're like, whoa, don't worry about Death anymore. Let's get this money. This is good. And they started to carry it, but even though it was in the 3 bags, nobody could lift their own bag. They're like, how are we going to do this? Finally, they decided, you know what we need to do? Somebody needs to go buy a wagon. And they're like, yeah, but if we leave anybody else with it, if we leave one person, they're going to figure out a way to take all the gold away. And they said, oh, yeah. So finally what they did was they sent Matthew. So two boys are going to stay and guard the gold. Matthew's going to go into town. So Matthew goes into town, and he goes up to the store, and he buys a big old wagon. And then as he's at the checkout stand, he sees these drinks that the boys all like. He's like, oh, I should bring them some drinks. And then in the back of his head, he said, you know what? I should probably also buy some poison, because then I could put poison in their 2 drinks, and then I've got this wagon to carry all that money for myself. Oh, yes, this is a good plan. So he did that. He got some poison too, put it in their bottles of drink, and off he went with the wagon and the drinks. And he went through the forest, running around, and finally he found the guys again. He was happy about that, because it was a really complicated trail. So he found the guys, and he's like, look guys, I got us drinks. And they're like, yeah, oh, that sounds great. And so the other 2 look at each other shifty, and they're like, let's drink now. And so they start to drink, and the 2 guys pretend to drink, but when Matthew's got his head back, distracted, they start stabbing him. They kill him right there. And they're like, yes, now we can split the money ourselves. And so they're like, yeah, it worked, our plan worked. And so now they're like, yes, I'll drink to that. And so they both take their drink. And they pass out right on top of Matthew. Lewis and Joe dead right there. So 3 little dead boys laying there, not little, but dead kids laying there on the ground. And Mitch comes back. He's not carrying a dead body anymore. He looks at him and he goes, well, at least they found him. And keeps going.
Mitch! Oh my God! I think with Jeff and carrying this dead person and everybody dying, I think that should be in the second half.
Just push the run again.
My grandkids are going to